Hello and welcome back to Dark Souls 2. Today we're going to look at the first DLC because I think we should be through the base game almost. I mean, the Throne of Want is left, I guess, but I want to do that as the last video. And I don't know if the audio is good right now. I have to check. Just because I switched headsets, for some reason the last audio track was kind of wild. I think I was too... I was not loud enough. For some reason I didn't fix that in the video editing. For some reason I thought that was good. But yeah, first DLC. And I still can't hear myself talking. I mean, the new headset today arrived, but it was like, I don't know, I wasn't happy with that one. I'm not happy with this one either, but I don't know. Like, the good thing about the old headset was, it's a very old, I think it was like from Rocket or something. It had this thing that I could put on my desk and regulate the audio with a like this kind of wheel. It was pretty good. Like, the microphone broke ages ago, but I have a better microphone now, one that stands on the table currently. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not happy with this one. It's kind of hard to switch. But yeah, we need to go into the first DLC, but we need a key for that. And I think the key is in that hole. If that's not the case, then I'm... I don't know, then you're not even seeing this one right now. But I think it's down here in the... Technically I can drop down, I can just drop down due to cheat engine, but I want to do things somewhat legit. Yeah, that should be good, and then you can just easily drop down here. That might just kill you. You could also just ask Gilligan to put down a ladder here. But where's the fun in that, right? Yeah, forgotten key. Behind this door. And then I think this is the... yeah, the Dragon Talon. Good. That should be it. Let's return to some bonfire. I don't even know which one I'm returning to. Is it the one in Majula? Because I didn't rest here. Okay. That's the one you teleported to. And then... where is it? Hidden chamber. Back into the Black Gulch. Then we can start this DLC. I'm pretty sure that I need... I still can't hear shit. Like, it's hard enough to hear myself through these noise-canceling headphones, but with the gameplay audio on top of that, it's even harder. So I might get a little bit confused by that. But yeah, let's see. This is the way into the DLC, or into the first DLC. And, well, all of these DLCs, they have their own theme, of course, but they also share the theme of the area they're in. They're basically a big extension of that area. I would call it a big extension. But let's talk about this area first here. Because it's kind of interesting how it starts, because we have this root system above us, which, let me think, that it's like we teleported here, right? There is no physical path, which is, I think it's for the best, because in this game the transitions between areas in this game are abysmal. So teleportation, I think, is already the best version. Even though Teleportation usually is quite lazy, but standing in the middle of a big ass windmill and then taking or riding up an elevator even higher up, and then ending up in a volcano or area with volcanic what's it called, activity, I think. Like, that's even worse, I guess. I prefer the teleportation then. But let's see, because this area kind of reminds me, like this ball of fire here kind of looks like the Lord Vessel from, or looks similar to the Lord Vessel from Dark Souls 1, just not as Lord Vessel-y. It's definitely a vessel, that's for sure. Has a similar size. And then we have these strange things here. Could be gravestones and graves, or could be something else. I honestly don't know what it's supposed to depict, and I think these definitely appear in the other DLCs as well. So, and I think they look the same, so they're probably not necessarily unique to this area. And I don't even know what this is supposed to be. Kinda looks like a Pokemon. You know, from Ruby and Sapphire, the one fossil Pokemon. I think it's called like Amarith. At least in German, I don't know what it's called in English, but like at the bottom you have the two pincers. Behind that, to the sides, you have the eyes, and then these almost fins. Also kind of looks like a scorpion now. I don't know, it looks kind of weird. The ground texture as well, don't know what this is supposed to be. Has it something to do with the four crowns? Maybe. I don't know. But yeah, this is the area you could get into without the keys. The sign written here is being channeled from somewhere far. Okay, whatever. And I think you could you reach this area early on without the key items? Like the whole DLC got patched in early without the items. And then I can guess a few people just hack their way in. Or maybe not, maybe I'm just hallucinating. But let's open this one. Oh, it kind of looks interesting what's on this door here. Like these pictures. I don't know what this is supposed to be. Like the first and the third one, I have no idea. The middle one is a dude and another dude. Ah, whatever. I'm not here to do things like these. But again, it's like this is supposed to be a kingdom, I guess. And the path in here is kind of strange. And the kingdom itself is also kind of strange because it doesn't really look like a kingdom. Like there isn't much of a city around the kingdom, I guess. But we'll have a look at it, at this area. I was definitely very excited when I first got into this area. And it kind of looks cool, right? And of course it builds upon the aesthetics of the Black Gulch with the same color scheme. Or with a similar color scheme. We have still the green going on here. But this time with these nice glowing stones that I wish they used a bit more often in what's it called? In Brightstone Cove, Zeldora. But of course it's kind of caved in. The soul building is kind of wonky, like broken down. Whatever this once was is no longer intact, I guess. And we hear something breathing. Isn't that interesting? This is actually a pretty nice introduction to this DLC. Like with the breathing as well. Making it a bit more intense. and mysterious. And we see these holes, and we have a beautiful view of the area we are about to explore in this DLC. Man, this looks amazing. Like, we can see basically the whole area from here. We can see a bonfire down there, kind of hard to see, but there's a bonfire, then these weird-ass creatures crawling through the water. We have this pyramid thing in the middle. And then some glowing stuff over there, and I guess now we're in Shulva, Sanctum City. I guess what I get what the Sanctum is supposed to be, but where's the city? That's the problem. Like, there is no city here. There's only the Sanctum here. I don't think that this part we are going through first could be considered a city. But yeah, let's keep going alongside this cliff. And we can see directly what is sleeping here, because it's a dragon. Wake up. Kinda cool looking. We can see he's injured with the spear through its chest. I kind of feel the weight when he dropped down. You can feel his weight. And for some reason he can fly, but he shouldn't be able to fly with the way he's built, but enough about that. But yeah, this area looks amazing. I really dig the underground aesthetics with the waterfall in the background and this pyramid here. Looks pretty cool. Let's keep going until we meet the first bonfire. Because don't get me wrong, while I'm saying everything is fine now, right? Like, I'm going to complain about this area as well. I'm going to complain about everything, so rest assured, I have my problems with this area. I have my problems with everything. This is because I'm bitter. No, I don't know. But doesn't it look amazing? And I wonder where this is leading to. This is probably not a path. This shouldn't connect to anything over there. It's just missing safety features again. But I guess it's just a path to get in here. Excuse me, I'm kinda tired. And we have an elevator here that is currently not active. Good for a shortcut. And the elevators in this area actually are kinda good compared to other elevators in the series, in the Soul series. But yeah, let's explore the city part, I guess, because it's supposed to be a sanctum city. Like, there's the sanctum, and there's the other part of the sanctum, and then we have the city here. And I guess it kind of makes sense, like, if this is supposed to be the city, the very, very, very small city. It's kind of weird that we don't see more city in the background somewhere that we can't access. I kind of wish that would have existed here, or that would exist here. Maybe it does. Maybe I was just blind all the years, but obviously we have the sanctum, which is like this is the goal, right? This is our goal. We want to go there. But we can't yet go there. We have to go through the city first, which makes sense. Like, it also kind of reminds me of Diablo 2 Act 3, if you know what, if you've played Diablo 2, with what was it called again? Holy shit! Similar aesthetics, definitely. Like, what aesthetic is that here? Man. I know the name, but I don't know the name. If you know what I mean, like it's somewhere in my mind, but it's definitely a real life aesthetic. Like with the pyramids and stuff. Was it Inca? Was it the Inca? I don't know. But here we are introduced to the first enemy, a humanoid soldier. Then there's another humanoid soldier with a bow shooting at us. And oh boy, there are a bunch of humanoid soldiers and this weird thing. What is it doing? Can I interact with it? No, can I hit it? Oh, I can hit it and it spins around and then the earthquakes and ooh. Now we have a pillar and I have 2 enemies on my ass. Great. At least the archer isn't shooting at me. The bad thing about these enemies is they're all applying poison because you see, and we even get poison moss, which is nice, but you see this is basically the poison area. Isn't that great? And there's where it kinda gets a bit dicey because it's a poison area. But no, I think I'm right. I could have easily put a city here, like on this side, like instead of having this this black hole. They could have easily put a city there that is inaccessible. Because what even is this part here? Like, what is the structure? Is it another elevator? Nah. What kind of structure is this? Like it goes up and down. Great. Goodbye. When I drop down there, I'm somewhere else, I guess. It looks kind of strange. It doesn't feel like part of anything. It's like a part of a level in a game, right? Doesn't feel like you would build this to use it for something else. Are they using... what kind of swords are they using? Is it just a normal sword? And dude, you're sticking your sword through your mouth while drinking. That's not nice. Still can't hear myself. That's so terrible. I hate it. I really, really hate it. I'm not talking about feedback here. Like, you know, is this one? Okay. Like, I'm not talking about, I want to hear, like, me being recorded. Because that's also a feature, right? That's kind of weird. Is there anyone using that? Probably not. That feels like a terrible feature. Like I can... where I can hear myself being recorded by the program, but then I hear myself delayed and I'm just getting thrown off even more. Okay. So the mechanic here is we can step on these platforms and then we get an extra path. Isn't that great? That's basically the only thing these elevators are doing. Excuse me. Oh, I'm really tired. I guess I'm not playing for that long today, am I? But these platforms are just for the gameplay purposes here, which is unfortunate. Forgot I'm not rolling after jumping, and then we have the +3 rings here. Even more rings. I'm not a fan of upgraded rings, so to speak. I would prefer if I could upgrade the ring myself. Like find some kind of material that I have to bring to the blacksmith, and then I can upgrade it. I would prefer that. Who's making that sound? That sounds kind of weird. But yeah, I'm not exploring every single one of these. I guess he is that. Of these platforms that you can raise or lower. Because it kind of feels like a waste of time. And we want to see the area, right? Because this is already going to be a minimum 2-episode area. I want to be a bit quicker. Just a bit. this feels kind of more like a city. Just a tiny bit. Not much though. Like it feels like many other areas, it feels too empty. Like we have a single room here, great. No door whatsoever. Then we have a bunch of these things, like why would you even use them like this? Why is it there to, like, what is this? This just, it's so silly. It is such a silly design. It's kind of reminds me of these like Super Mario and what is the other one called? Super Metroid, I guess. Also, like all these side scrollers, like Castlevania and stuff, where you just have these platforms that you have to jump up and down, and then I don't know. Like it feels like that. It feels like a gameplay level with a, I don't know. Like in all these side scroller type games, right? You have the background is telling the story. The background is doing most of it, of course, also the enemies, but the background is where the art is, and then the foreground where you can jump and hop onto is like, yes, sometimes it's part of the area, but most of the time it's just there to be interesting. It's like the level, right? It's a bit disconnected from the whole world design. It kind of feels like this as well. Like this is part of the level, but if you're viewing from far away enough, then it becomes the world. If you're getting too close, it becomes only the level. Kind of feels like that. And we get introduced to these idiots here. Like this is probably the worst enemy type in the entire game. Probably not, but like it's the worst new enemy type. At least it's a contender of the worst new enemy type, because they introduced them with the first DLC. And the bad thing about these is that they do this, right? All of their acid shit. No one likes this mechanic. Why is even... Like, I really need to make a video about durability and why durability is such a weird design. I really want to talk about that. Gonna make a video about that at some point. But yeah, I guess you get it. I don't need to talk about this anymore. Looks nice though, right? From an aesthetic point of view, it looks kind of nice if you're not looking at logical things. Right, the enemy placements, while there are still a bit too many enemies at some points of the game, overall it's kind of fine so far. I mean, you can kite them back. You can use sometimes you can use the pillars for cover. And it's okay. It's nothing really special. But it's also not bad. It was fun going through here. For the first time. Maybe for the second as well. Wait until we get to the bosses, because the bosses are good, except one. There are 3 bosses here. I'm not going through there. But to be honest, it doesn't feel like a city, does it? Like it feels like a... Nah, I'm not doing that again. Like there are only so many videos where I can use exactly the same example. And if you've watched the videos, you know what I mean. And if you don't, I just say one word and I'm not explaining it. Dream. And that's it. You're not getting more of me out of me. But this feels like a dream. I'm not explaining that anymore. And we have this fun little guy. It's basically a crystal lizard, but it's not dropping the crystal lizard stuff. But instead of crystals... Oh, look at it. it has these abominations on its back. It's walking back and forth, kind of cute if you're not getting hit by it. But to be honest, what is going on? Oh, he fell. Oh, he fell down. Come on, get up. It's kind of cute. And the design is kind of cool. Like, look at the enemy design. I think it's very cool. It's a very unique and interesting enemy design. Annoying one. Very annoying one. I kind of wish you could just destroy these statues and let them live so that they can no longer spew poison. That would be cool. But instead, like, bouncing off. Which is unfortunate. For him. Because then we can kill him. And not feel bad about it. If we can actually hit him. It's easier with a bow. Or maybe with some spells that start their hitbox from below, I guess. But yeah, if you want to progress here. Like, where does this lead to? Well, we can already progress. We don't even need to unlock the bonfire that is above us. But yeah, there's a bonfire above us. So I probably... do I have a bow? I could have grabbed a bow in this area, by the way, so I know that, but... which arrow do I take? Like, oh, let's just shoot fire arrows. Why not? I kinda like that you can see the arrows sticking out of the quiver to equip them. Kinda looks cool. How do I can winch. Whoa. I forgot about the terrible aim in this game. Like, for some reason they thought like acceleration was a good idea. Like, you see, it's not the same pace when I move around. It's accelerating up to a specific speed, which is not optimal, I should say. I probably need this bow or a few more things, maybe. But yeah, I just guess this is supposed to be part of the city. Like, doesn't look very lived in, does it? I mean, other than a few bugs. Oh yeah, we can hit this one. This raises that platform, so we got this piece, this piece, this piece. Then there's just this one missing, I guess. This is the only one. I guess I can see that from above. Oh no, it's not the... there are a few more. I can also drop down here. This is the secret here, I think. And from this spot on... how are we supposed to look? Oh, up there. Okay. Should this thing... because they don't want to get soft lock, right? You're not supposed to get soft locked, so... it's kinda nice. I wonder if it's... yeah, if it's the same thing with this one. I don't think you can... they build it that way that you can't soft lock yourself. Maybe I'm wrong, but I just hope you can't do that. And with soft lock I mean like your only way out is using a homeward bone or the dark sign or jumping down a cliff. Like if that is your only option of getting out of there, then you soft lock yourself. And they can achieve that. First of all, make it so that you always have a path out, or give you the ability to access these pillars. Of course, if you don't have a bow, then that's bad, or if you don't have any type of ammunition anymore, then I guess that's a bad thing, but usually you always have an option. And then we have this weird thing. Like, it's so weird. Like, it's a tree thingy looking thingy. Also kind of looks like a Pokemon. You can hit it. Doesn't care. You can kill it with hitting or by hitting it. But if you take out like a whip, for example, it's doing that. I think it's repairing your stuff. Yeah, you even get the notched whip here. Promised Walk of Peace. What was that? Is it like Tranquil Walk of Peace? What kind of spell is that? I can't remember. Yes. It is like Tranquil Walk of Peace. But I think Tranquil Walk of Peace didn't affect the caster, did it? I think it only affected the unlucky people hit by it. But yeah, let's keep going. Time for the bonfire. I guess we're getting further than I thought. For some reason I thought I would talk for ages here. But I mean, I could talk about this area much longer, but I would repeat myself over and over again compared to the other videos of the series that I've made. And it kind of would make sense to repeat myself because it's a new video, right? But then I think, yeah, but just watch another video. It's a series, like it's a series for a reason, right? So that you can watch the whole thing and then they build on each other somewhat, right? Like I'm addressing things from other episodes and stuff like that. But then on the other hand, I think like every video should stand on itself. Like, but I've said enough, I guess, about this part of the area. I'm not getting into the architecture. I'm not comparing it to real life architecture because I have no idea. I know nothing, almost nothing about real life architecture. Who made it first? When did it appear? Why does it look like how it looks like? Like, no, that's not my cup of tea. I'm mainly doing stuff like realism, good enough. I can do realism. I can talk about realism. I can compare things to real life and why this doesn't look like real life. And I can talk about the game aspect, like the level aspect of this game. And so far, like the city part, I call it, from a level design perspective is quite good. Like maybe a few just cut a few enemies and it's a pretty good area. It's quite a fun mechanic, finding these pillars that you have to hit or shoot to raise platforms or lower platforms. That's kind of fun. There are some platform aspects in there. For example, like on one of these platforms that we had to raise, I think it's this one. On one of these stories, like I don't know if it's this gap or this gap, there is a ring. You can actually jump there and grab an item. I think it's the upper one, maybe it's the lower one, that doesn't matter. And it's kind of hard to get there. So these platform aspects are kind of bad, but oh, Sin is in a bad mood today. Kind of nice to see him again, that it wasn't just a one-time thing. I kind of wish this would have happened a bit earlier as well. That we just hear him maybe in the background. Because this is the only one that when this happens, like something like this doesn't happen anymore. But yeah, so far it's kind of neat, and it's getting more interesting as we proceed, because now we're getting into the sanctum, and this entrance here is nice. What was it, like which film did this with the doors opening like that? Now we're in the Dragon's Sanctum. We have a closed door here with singing in the background. Then we have another door here, a corridor here, and something ominous looking over there. And a phantom. It seems to be that there is some kind of phantom there. Interesting. Let's hit the switch because we can't interact with it. The next best thing we can do is hit it, right? And oh, yeah, we're getting introduced to another mechanic, right? This room just exists to show the player a mechanic. We can hit these switches and then something happens. Mechanic understood, like it's the second mechanic basically. The first mechanic was the one where we had to hit the rotating pillar things to raise the platform. And now we have these switches. Okay, so we have to look out for these buttons and for pillars. And then we have another mechanic here. We have this enemy, this phantom type enemy. And if we inspect them a bit closer, there's another one. And while we can hurt them, only the magical types of damage are going through. Like if we have a look at the sword, it's infused with dark, and only the dark damage is getting through. And so is lightning, fire, and magic, but the physical part is not going through. And then we have this glowing, ominous glowing thing. I kind of wonder what is that? Can we shoot it even? I don't know about that. Probably can, right? Oh. Oh. So that's how this works. Another mechanic explored in a safe for Dark Souls-esque things, right? It's a rather safe environment. Like safe in... It's quite safe for Dark Souls, right? Now we can deal physical damage. So we now know when we see one of these phantom dudes, we have to find their body or armor, whatever. Now we're being rewarded by a bunch of chests. Do I need to open them? I don't think there's a key inside, but let's just to be sure. They have way too many chests here. Destructive great arrows. Do they break armor quicker or what? I get Katarina Ham right. The Katarina set was so special in this game. Ugh. The way you had to farm it was extremely dumb. Luckily in this DLC we got it for free then. Like I think in all 3 DLCs you can find a few parts of the armor. Still so stupid. Oh. I'm really tired, sorry for that, but it's not really that I'm tired. I'm not that tired compared to other sessions, but for some reason I have to yawn more often. And then we have another mechanic here. Can I interact with it? I can. Because we have this one stone sticking out. And it's of course an arrow trap. And it kind of... I don't mind these traps, to be honest. Is this also a trap? No. This one is not. I honestly don't mind these traps because I guess it's just a movie trope. That's because I don't mind them. Because in every sanctum or like pyramid and stuff like that, every area where like Indiana Jones or something goes through, like everything is trapped. That's like the movie trope. And I guess that's why I'm not as I'm a bit more hesitant calling this bullshit like the traps or gamey. We have a mage over there, and we have this door, and we have to find the button. Now we see, or maybe don't, the button is on the ceiling. What a stupid mechanic. Why is the button on the ceiling? Now we are getting rewarded. Very gamey again. Right, like, what's it called? Another trap. Poison trap, of course. But rewarding the player for exploring the area fairly thoroughly. And it also, like, it's on the ceiling. That comes in handy as well, that knowledge that these things can be on the ceiling as well. And here also on the ground. Isn't there another one here? Like, we can't get back up because we can't climb in this game. The physics are very strange. Okay, can you please... Like, I like these enemies, but they're so noisy. They're quite cool. They have quite a cool design compared to the normal soldiers. They're quite boring. Just a poisoned version of normal soldiers. And that sadly doesn't change in all the DLCs. They basically have like 3 different versions of them. Like with different weapons, sure, but... like, nah. Wanna come down or what? So then here... we have more right. That might be something. Can... first of all, let's see. We have an item here. We have a drop down over there. Like, this is such a strange area. Where even are we in this pyramid type of thing? Jump over this gap to... oh, we have to shoot this one. Ooh. Open that. Then there is another one, I guess. Some more in here? Like, no, there's just... it's such a silly area, holy shit. Like, why would you build something like this? I guess it kind of looks like something could drop on our heads, like, all the time. And there's a dude. Right, another trap room. That's kind of cool. I kind of like this one. Such a nice design. Unique trap. You can even trap the enemies here. I guess he got hit by the first one. That's why I drank. But yeah, I really like this trap design. That's kind of cool. That's very, very film-like, right? Like stuff you would see in movies. I appreciate that. But yeah, we get the puzzling sword, which is a pretty cool weapon. If you haven't seen that one, very unique. One-handed, it's like the... like, which weapons moveset is that? Do I have that weapon? No, this dagger type, nope. I don't have the weapon, but it's like the height straight sword or whatever it's called. Also straight sword moveset, but the different version, the alternative version basically. And the heavy attack is unique. We create this whip-like thing. I guess they say it's magnetic or something. Is it magnetic? Yeah, magnetic stone. I guess it doesn't stick to other magnetic things than interesting, but I like this design. Then heavy one-handed are the pokes, pretty cool. I like poke attacks, and then a heavy attack. Did I say light attack first? Oh, I like this. Such a unique and cool weapon. Like in general, the weapons in Dark Souls 2 are probably one of the most fun weapons you find in the Souls series. I guess Elden Ring takes that cake now, because Elden Ring, like, they figured out the whole how much fun the Ash of War mechanic can create. That's what they're going with. But before that, I think even the design of this of the weapon special moves of the weapons from Dark Souls 2 are even on par with the Dark Souls 3 ones. Maybe Dark Souls 3 is still better, but they came very close. Definitely, no doubt, a big step up from the special weapon design from Dark Souls 1. But still, most of the special weapons or special moves still use durability. Puzzling sword, not, but that's a unique thing. I guess I haven't tested something. I know I still parry with this one, right? Yeah, it's still parry, right? This came later, I guess. Lynn's ring. Its unique design also exists in Dark Souls 3. Wait, where am I? I need to drop down again. It's kind of confusing, this layout, but that all makes sense at the end. Or it doesn't really, like... It's very, very levelly and... Well, technically, I guess this area had a front entrance and this side entrance. It's very... I mean, technically there was a door. It was closed, and we just broke in through the staircase. Through the very, very tight staircase here. Is it even possible to be at this spot where we are right now? Or would the ceiling of the tight... I wonder if they've actually managed to put all of that level design inside the actual pyramid, or if it's like video game trickery where it's in reality it would like stick out and stuff, or if they actually managed to put it inside the physical pyramid thing that you could see from the outside. I doubt that, but I mean, you can dream. And we have these spikes on the ground. Another cool mechanic. They're not that dangerous, but then they also have these dudes, which are a nuisance. And you have a switch here, and you don't see their bodies directly, so you're panicking. You don't have enough time to look around. Like, you could probably dodge all of their attacks, but on top of that you have this ground that constantly drains your health. And then you can't really look all that well. You can't open this. Maybe you can open this chest if you're quick enough, because sometimes they stagger you out of your animation. And then you have two paths here you can take from here. You can go this way, and then maybe you fall through the floor if you're not careful enough, or you see this ladder you're climbing up, and then you want to climb up here, and then oh, safe. Somewhat safe. You also have an enemy here that I might want to get rid of. Then another one of these. And I'm gonna look at them a bit more. Like, they have this flower shape to them. Please. Come on. Okay, let me get rid of these obnoxious dual sword. This one. Get rid of this one. And oh boy, jackpot. We found their burial chamber. And apparently the Forlorn can invade here as well. I didn't know that. That makes things a bit harder. Like, you have 4 on your ass. But what you're basically doing is just you're running through here as good as you can, smashing every one of them, trying to evade the rest. I mean, that's why the hole in this area exists, right? That's why these two holes exist, so you can outmaneuver them. Because they know that the enemies have problems with their pathing. Sometimes they fall down. Right, they get stuck on the corners because they are trying to path around it. Oh, there's a key here. Okay. Stop trying to backstab me, you're not succeeding. And they have these cool crossbows. Ooh, follow. Okay, nice. He just yeeted himself out of existence. But he's still alive. Okay, which one is it? Still alive, not this one. Not this one. Should be dead now. I hope he's dead. There was no message though. But I disabled the cheat engine. At least now we can have a look at this one. So. Right, I can't zoom out. Of course, eyes are covered, as in so many designs. Usually with people of faith, they do that. She also has her bell. Wait, what? She has 2 different kinds of, like, on the left side, currently on the left side, she has the bells. What's on the right side there? Like, on her left, on our right side. What is that? That looks kind of strange. But probably also some kind of casting tool. But yeah, she's using that scraps of life. Then I guess this is what is it called? Do I have these spells? By any chance? No. Resonating soul or something, or whatever it's called. And when you kill her, I don't know if it's really dark fog, but something similar. Probably not dark fog, but a weak version, like just a poison cloud. Some item over there, but we have to drop down for that one. This one opened this door. Then we have one hidden here on the ceiling to get rid of the spikes. But there's one left, because there is still an item here, right? How do we get there? Oh. I guess I forgot one. Well, that's unfortunate. Well, I can still kill them, like I have magical damage. So... should take twice as many hits. He's more resistant to dark than I thought. But at least it's possible. Okay. Silence. So didn't I pick up, what are these things called? Like holy water urns, I think I picked up here. Because that's one way of getting there. You can just throw through there. Which is interesting, which is also a cool tutorial, or Easter egg. Well, not Easter egg, what am I talking? It's not an Easter egg. And it's not a tutorial, it's like a puzzle, almost. Because you're getting the right tools, you just need to think a bit outside of the box with these things. What's the price? Let's see. Denial. Which is it still, what was it also good in this game? I think so, right? I've never used that one in this game. Like in Dark Souls 3 all the time, but I don't know, not in this one. And you can also get to the higher platform by just standing here. That comes in handy later on, but... Right. I mean... The arrows are coming out of my head. Doesn't matter. Yeah. I shot that one thing on the other side and now we're at the bonfire. And I guess this is also part 1 of Shulva. I guess next episode I'm trying to squeeze... Or maybe I'm going through this one a bit more. This is not really the end. No, I just... Like... Most people said goodbye now. They're even watching that long. Who knows? But here we're getting a very good crossbow. Like it's a generic crossbow. But if we now tap the left trigger... Oh, that is so good. And this is extremely strong, like this is not a useless weapon art or whatever you want to call it. This is a extremely high damaging thing, and in PvP that thing is, holy shit, that's strong in PvP. Because if you didn't know, like you could aim it in this side, start channeling it, and then lock onto your enemy, you would turn around and instantly shoot them. Like that is just nuts what you could do with that thing. But yeah, the last thing that I'm doing now is getting to the bottom of this area, like getting invaded here. Because we're now currently descending, if you didn't notice here. Like through these weird ass corridors that... Like this whole level is designed to be a level and not to be any type of interesting world design layout thingy. I don't even know if Thomas... Can I even quit out? I can't even quit out because the Forlorn is still in here. So I guess this is where I'm now ending the episode. And next time we're starting with the invasion, I guess. I need to think, I need to get rid of... Yeah, it's my problem. This is the end of the episode. I hope you enjoyed it. And I see you in the next one. Goodbye.